Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for September 24th, 2025. We've got Interlands and Intrigue today. And we've got Spice Merchant, Trading Post, Souk, and Steward for trashing. Well, and also Develop. Okay. So half the cards in the kingdom are trashers. We've got no plus actions. That man, that is a huge limitation here. The only cards that are non-terminal, well, I mean, I guess like Cauldron, but the only action cards that are non-terminal are Spice Merchant and Wheelwright. Everything, well, Wheelwright discarding Weaver is non-terminal. Everything else is terminal. That's that's so upsetting. Honestly, like this board, you could be doing so much on this board if you had a village. Ugh. All right. Yeah, and so correspondingly, there's essentially no draw. Like Steward can draw a bit, and actually, I guess that would be a limitation anyway. Even if you did have a village, like that, you couldn't really do much in the way of draw, but you really can't as it stands. Ugh, man. Yeah, so there's a lot of potential gains here: Bridge, Haggler, Souk, Wheelwright, Weaver, Develop, Cauldron. But a lot of them we can't necessarily make too much use of. So that's the situation. Huh. So I guess there's a couple things to consider here. First is how we want to trash. Second is what terminal or terminals we want to play with. Obviously, we're only going to be able to play one terminal per turn, but because there's no draw, that doesn't necessarily mean we should only put one terminal into the deck. Third is whether we can make use of Cauldron. So Cauldron, I think there, as mentioned, there's a lot of trashing on this board, but I do think the lack of draw means that trashing curses later into the game is actually going to be pretty annoying. Particularly because, unlike with treasures, with Spice Merchant, you can't do it non-terminally unless you're gaining a Souk, which is adding a terminal to your deck. I like Souk as a card a lot, but I don't necessarily want to shove a ton of Souks into my deck here. If you were playing with Develop, I guess an interesting thing that you could do is like develop into a Souk and trash. Like that way without having to like buy one, but I don't know. That's still like, oh, I'm going to trash curses. I'm going to collide develop in like a 4 cost or something. I don't know. It's all pretty awkward, I think. So I do think it's probably worth trying to activate Cauldron, and the way I think you would do that is, well, it's got to be involve Wheelwright. I guess it could also involve Haggler. Wheelwright, you may discard a card to gain an action card costing as much as it or less. So if you do discard a card, the gaining is not optional. Nonetheless, Wheelwright discard could also enable like a bigger Souk. So that's something to keep in mind. I think I might prefer Haggler as the terminal over Souk, though, even though as much as I do generally like Souk, like Haggler is just going to more straightforwardly get you the extra gain. Souk, it's just going to be, if you think about if you're hitting like 6 with a Haggler in play, you get an extra 5. That's like the Haggler was worth, well, the Haggler is helping you get to 6, and then it's worth like 5 coins on top of that. And granted, you can't spend those coins on like a province, but Souk is going to have a hard time competing with that, I think, on this board. Though it is better at helping you hit province. So that is worth considering. Anyway, but yeah, Haggler will be better for activating Cauldron. Wheelwright can do stuff there. Wheelwright discarding Weaver can do stuff there. Although, I mean, how many of the action cards do you want to gain is the other problem. Yeah, And then, like, once you have them, there's not, like, a convenient way to get rid of them if you don't want them. Like, develop is a thing, but it's not... man. I'm kind of... as I'm looking more carefully at this, I'm kind of changing my mind. I mean, I guess Wheelwright gaining Wheelwright, if nothing else. Haggler gaining Wheelwright, if nothing else. Like, the Wheelwrights won't hurt to have in the deck. And that can be the way you give out some curses. Not a ton of curses, because like you have to collide Wheelwrights in order for Wheelwright to gain Wheelwright, presumably, or like one of what some of their 5 cost. So it's more difficult. But I don't know. Maybe you can do some that way. Like, and I mean, if you're gaining 3 Wheelwrights a turn to activate Cauldron, unless you have a lot of Cauldrons in play, which you can only have so many, obviously, you're gonna get all the Wheelwrights, and then what? So, well, man, oh man. We are surely going to want to trash estates, which means we need to play with... We need to either get a steward, we need to get a develop, or we need to get a souk that, like, when we have estates in hand. I guess trading posts would also do it, but I think Spice Merchant... I mean, Spice Merchant is non-terminal for a long time at least. So I think getting a Spice Merchant makes sense. The most straightforward thing would be just Spice Merchant Steward. I think if the board composition were a bit different, that would be pretty automatic. As it is... as it is... like... just trying to think if there's an argument for going for Develop instead. Developing estates means you're gaining 3s. That can be silvers. That's fine, I guess. Not exciting, but fine. I think... oh, the bot has a 5-2. That might actually be pretty good here. Being able to open with a trading post might be really good. Haggler open could also be good. I'm not actually sure what I would do with that, but I probably shouldn't spend time thinking about it. So I think it should probably be Steward. Steward is ultimately going to be better at hitting 5, and then we can trash the Steward with a souk or something if we want to. We wouldn't want to develop it, but we could take coins here and get a souk and trash an estate, which is as much estate trashing as we would get by just trashing with the steward. And then while we would have 2 terminals in our deck, souk gives us a lot of money or potential money, and Spice Merchant can clean up the coppers anyway. I think I like that, actually. Do we want a silver? Don't know. I mean, I kinda don't. Because, like, if we're gonna do stuff with Cauldron, we want to minimize how many silvers are in the way. And if we're not, we probably still want to have, like, higher density money than that, like gold. That we, yeah, I don't know. It's, I'm gonna say no. So we hit 5 here. We open with this steward. We could turn around and trash it right now. Like, we could play Sook, trash estate and steward. That's probably not the play. Because then we've got another estate that we want to trash. We don't have really a great way to do it. I think we just trash with the steward. And we bottom deck the Spice Merchant. Ugh. Ugh. Still don't really want silver. Getting a Spice Merchant doesn't make sense. I don't know what to do. Bot has 2 cauldrons. Okay. Only Weaver could gain Cauldron. That would be nice. I don't really think... Like, how is the bot going to activate Cauldron? It doesn't have Wheelwright. Wondering about buying a gold now. It's like, we've got this Sook, so it doesn't seem like the best time for Haggler. We get a gold, that'll help us keep hitting higher numbers, and we can, like, maybe we can take a Wheelwright that can start gaining us stuff. I don't know. I wonder if I meant not to... Really? How? What do you... Alright. We could just trash 2 here and leave the Sook gold on top. If we draw the Sook, we're going to be a bit sad because we really do want to trash this estate. If we draw the gold... Well, we'll draw something with it. If we draw Sook gold, that's not too bad. If we draw Sook copper, I guess that's... Or sorry, gold copper. Whatever. I mean, we want to trash the coppers too, you know? Alright, so... What now? Get the Wheelwright. We can get a Cauldron. Word is so awkward. I think I want a haggler next turn. Problem is, if we get a haggler and then we trash the copper, I mean, I guess we don't have to trash the copper. We get a haggler, we trash the copper, we can't, like, the haggler can't, you can't get gold plus whatever. But that's only a problem if we bottom deck the haggler. Otherwise, we can just not play the spice merchant, I guess. We could also get a silver and then trash it later with the spice merchant. That would be the other option. I'm gonna not. Oh, I didn't consider that we might bottom deck the gold. Damn it! No! Ugh. Well, I guess we just play the suit then instead of the haggler and get another gold. Now we've got the spice merchant. It's like, we're gonna have 6 cards in the deck. I don't know. Maybe we end up. They have so many cauldrons. I don't understand. Like, I wonder if we're supposed to get a souk here and to trash the steward and the spice merchant, and then we can get another one to trash the other, like the 2 souks. We'll be down to 1 haggler and 1 souk. If we do that, like, is there? I mean, we can do it with a wheelwright instead of with a gaining the souk now, but gaining the souk now means we get to trash the cards now. Also, do we want to take a province, or do we want? The thing is, if we take the province, then we want the wheelwright so we can discard the province in case we're playing souk as our terminal. We could go gold souk for now. Then we'd have a 6-card deck. And then next turn we go province wheelwright. This mass cauldron thing, I continue to be perplexed. So, yeah, we're still playing haggler. Province wheelwright. Well, I think this is just province. I don't really see a lot of value in doing anything else. So, like, if they could get 3 actions here, they could give me a lot of curses, but they can't. It's like, okay, buy a bunch of coppers. I don't know why. Okay. I guess we're taking another wheelwright? Do we want another gold? I guess probably. We can't gain gold off of wheelwright, so... Ah. This is an unfortunate draw, I would say. I don't really think we need duchy. Let me just take another gold. Yeah, seeing both souks, either wheelwright, and 2 provinces is not likely at all. So like here, we could have actually gotten a cauldron activation if we had a cauldron. Well, the more wheelwrights we have in the deck, the more likely that we'll be able to make our suit good if that's the terminal we end up playing. I think we're still taking gold off the haggler, though. Now, this... I don't think there's any reason to discard... Okay, well... Well, okay. I don't know, that was... not a very inspiring kingdom. We did get very clean. Yeah. Yeah. The bot got clean too, and then it bought a whole bunch of coppers, but... yeah, just the... yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it. Not very inspiring. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.